Hello, witchy people. It feels like it's been a lifetime since I was last on here, and it probably has in some ways. Get off my microphone. um, so much has happened, and reasons why I have not been recording. Some of it has been time, and some of it has been health. I have a lot of videos that I've made that I could upload, but it's having the time to do them and edit them and everything. I've got cooking videos and showing you how my garden's getting along with my little witchy space at the end of the garden. And I've been very accident prone lately. You can see, very accident prone indeed. Lucky I haven't broke any bones. So here's what's been happening. Going back quite a while ago now, I have recorded videos for this. I just never uploaded them because it's been my sort of journey, and I didn't know how this journey was going to end, and I still don't. But the future's brighter than what it was before. So it started off when the doctors found out I had anemia. I've always had anemia. I think ever since I was pregnant with my first child, certainly I've had anemia. And my body sort of adjusts to it. I don't mind it so much. Anyway, the new doctors decided that they wanted to look into that a little bit more, and they put me in for some tests. And with all my other symptoms, they thought I might have liver cancer. So that was my first one, and I didn't know this until I got the letter from the doctor referring me to the hospital, which was a bit of a shock. Not one of my best days. Cancer is so prevalent in this day and age, and it's still frightening. That's a fear there that is overwhelming, I think, for a lot of people. Even to suggest that you might have some form of cancer. Anyway, so to do with a lot of the other symptoms I had, they thought, well, we'll check liver cancer, colon cancer, bowel cancer, esophageal cancer, stomach cancer, and they wanted to check all these. So I had to have an endoscopy, which is a camera down your throat. It's my phone. And I had to have a colonoscopy, which is a camera up my bottom, affectionately known as camera spit roast. Anyway, I couldn't have the colonoscopy. It was just too painful. So I had a CT scan, my endoscopy down my throat, same as I had before, absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about, but I had to have a CT scan, so I had to go back to another hospital and have a CT scan, which they call a virtual endoscopy, a virtual colonoscopy, to see what they could find. And what they found was polyps. And where the scan came up a little bit higher, they also found a mass on my lungs. So they figured I would have to have another CT scan to check the mass on my lungs anyway, and another colonoscopy, which they would knock me out completely and remove the polyps and see, what else they could do, and to make sure that it wasn't, and nothing was cancerous. That was all done. They did not find the polyps that the CT scan picked up. So my chance of having some kind of colon cancer or bowel cancer went from just over 80% to virtually nil. That's a huge relief. However, as I said, they found a mass on my lungs, and I just, week before last, I had my second CT scan to check that. They think it's a nodule. Apparently I'm very popular, thanks phone. They found they just want to keep an eye on this nodule. When they first said it was a mass, it terrified me, but a nodule doesn't sound so bad. But they don't know what it is. For them to find out, first of all, they need to keep an eye on it. So I've had CT scans left, right and centre. I think I've got to go back this month, apparently. But I haven't got any results because of all the junior doctor and consultants are on strike, and that includes a lot of consultants from the hospital. So I'm not getting my results. But I think I'm going to be okay. A few people were told, and they really, really helped, obviously my family. As for online, I did say on Facebook that I had these problems. But the mass on my lungs, the nodule on my lungs, was a new thing. So when I get the results, I'll probably feel a bit more happy and able to sort of like carry on. Unfortunately, I also got COVID again. Luckily, I had my booster in March, so the COVID, it was not good. It was the new strain. But within a couple of days, or 3 days, I think, I was having, no bites. I was having almost negative tests. So within 5 days, it was done and dusted. However, it has affected my lungs. And in a very short time, because of the lack of energy, once again, it's made me put on an awful lot of weight. And like I said, and for some reason, I've got very, very clumsy. The photographs I could show you of some of the bruises are absolutely, as my cousin would say when he was younger, redunculous. It's redunculous. We thought I'd broken my wrist. That's still quite painful. You probably won't be able to see it, but I've got burn scars all down my wrist. And on the other hand, like I said, my lovely bruise and it's very, very swollen and very, very painful. And I think I've jarred my back. It's ridiculous. I have been so clumsy. So I've got to start taking a bit better care of me. And I'm trying. Once again, I am taking care of Mary. Well, I'm not taking care of her exactly. I'm there to make sure that she eats, that she doesn't fall out of bed, and that she doesn't go and, oh, spider. Hello, spider. Sorry, easily distracted. We've had some whoppers in here, and we are talking huge. For me, huge. Yeah, we've had wolf spiders and all sorts. Anyway, look, you're wrecking my dress. Do you mind? Anyway, it's Mary's birthday today. She is 85 years old. So we've got the family coming over, and I thought I'd take this opportunity whilst I had a bit of makeup on to make a video and say please don't forget about me. I am still around. I am trying to get back into making videos. It's just having the time and the energy. Anyone who knows me on Facebook will know that it's actually made me very popular on Instagram as well. I have a thing that it's updated most days, not for the last few days, I must admit though, called Things My Mother-in-Law Says. And it kind of explains some of the happier things that happen day to day and what it's like living with someone who has dementia and Alzheimer's. She has vascular dementia and Alzheimer's. She can be funny. And it's little things like I've got a bit of a cold. I think that's just because I've got a weak chest from the COVID, so it's just my body taking longer to fight these things off. What's my glasses? Anyway, so I was having a sneezing fit in the lounge, and her bedroom is next to the lounge. This is a bungalow, so her bedroom is next to the lounge, and all you could hear was me sneezing and then her shouting, bless you, and sneezing again, bless you, and then her sneezing again. Oh, stuff this, she said, and just started applauding every time I sneezed. So, ups and downs and swings and roundabouts, but it'll all sort itself out in the end. So hopefully I will be back. I'm hoping back within a few weeks. I did reopen my shop. Yay! I've had a few orders, so that's good. I mean, at the moment, it's silly things like we had to install a doorbell, and we've got to put a camera in Mary's room, not to keep an eye on anyone other than Mary herself, so that I can like nip up the craft shed and do some crafting, or go to my corner of the garden. And I've got so unfortunately my mum's cat unexpectedly passed away, which was really sad, because that was my last connection to my cat, Miss Violet, who we always called Baby, who passed away. That was one of her kittens, and he was the only surviving kitten, and he's only just gone 10 years old. And my mum couldn't bear to have anything around her that reminded her of him. It was just too painful. So she had a huge bench, like a corner bench, arbour bench, in her garden, which was really Bilbo's. The cat was called Bilbo. And she didn't want it in her garden anymore. She needed it gone. So it's now in my garden, and that forms part of what will be my witchy corner. I've cleaned off all the it's sort of like crazy paving up there, all cracked stones, but it's all been cleaned off, and it is quite nice. I've had loads of bricks that were left over from when we took out the a wall in the kitchen, and yeah, the bricks are just piled up with a couple of flagstones on top, and that's my outside altar at the moment. But yeah, I'm hopefully getting a table with a marble top to go with the bench, and I'd like to get a fire pit out there as well. But the fire pit isn't essential at the moment, because if it was a family space, then yes, it would be nice, but it's not. It's my space, and I don't have anyone else around here really that you know, I can practice my witchcraft with. Talking of faiths and spirituality, as many of you know, for many, many, many years, no matter where I've lived, I've always been quite harassed by the Jehovah's Witnesses. I understand they feel it's their duty of faith to what they do, what they call the knock, where they go around and try to encourage people to listen to them and see their side and how they view God and their faith. Which is all very good, no problem with that. I do have a problem with the way they treated my mother-in-law Mary. They treated her very badly. And dog's making weird noises. Anyway, so for many, many years, we've had, the Jehovah's Witnesses knock the door, and I said, I've tried everything. I've offered them to, I'll listen to your religion if you want to listen to what, take part in what I'm doing. Come on in. I'm just sacrificing the chicken now. Didn't work. I told them I was Jewish. I told them I wanted to talk to the Mormons instead. I told them outright that I wasn't really interested. All being polite, and nothing worked. And then they came to the door about 3 or 4 months ago. And I said, it was another new couple, and I said, look, you do keep coming to the door, and I said, you do know that Mary's been disfellowshipped? And they looked at me and they said, oh, why? So I give them a rough idea of why she was disfellowshipped. It was really stupid. It was things like she didn't wear a skirt, she only wore trousers, therefore she must be a lesbian, and she wouldn't get remarried, and she spoke to me. These are all the things that got her disfellowshipped. And the minute they heard disfellowshipped, they made their goodbyes quite quickly. And I haven't seen hide nor hair since. So, no offence to other Jehovah's Witnesses, maybe it's just this particular Kingdom Hall and this particular brotherhood and sisterhood that treated Mary so badly. But this particular, like I said, Kingdom Hall, I was not impressed with. And if you are having problems trying to make Jehovah's Witnesses understand that although very happy that they have found their faith and they're happy with their faith. You don't want to know about it. Just tell them someone in the family's being disfellowshipped. Apparently that works. Better than telling them that you're sacrificing chickens, or that you're a fully fledged witch, or you know, your father's Jewish and now you're going to be Jewish, or you know, the Mormons are coming around later, or anything. You know, nothing works. By the way, I've never sacrificed a chicken. It's not my kind of thing. Just in case anyone was wondering, it was just a joke to see how far I could push it with these people of faith. So there you go. If you need to push on Jehovah's Witnesses a bit, just so they don't bother you anymore without offending them or upsetting them, just tell them that someone in your family is being disfellowshipped. Right, that's it. I've got to go because I have to get ready for Mary's, not party, but we're just having a little bit of cake and waiting for the children to come and visit, which is going to be really, really lovely because she does like it when family visit. That's it. Me and the cats. I don't know if you can see Kitty. There she is. There's my kitty. And my little bite of Coco. Yeah, I will try and upload. If I can. Like I said, I've got so much to upload. It's trying to find it. And yeah, trying to sort everything out. Like I said, everything's going on at the moment. I'm even changing around the lounge and all sorts of stuff. So much is going on. But when I have time and when I have something to say other than this rubbish, I'll let you know. And obviously, you know, it's not really anyone's job to care or be bothered about any of my medical results, but I will pass them on as soon as I know. Like I said, I haven't got colon. So they cut out liver cancer, not cut out, but they've negated, and so that I don't have liver cancer, colon cancer, bowel cancer. Oh crikey, there was so many more. Esophageal cancer. What else was there? There was a couple of others. Don't have them. Now I just have to do this mass on my lungs. And I'm not saying it's lung cancer because I don't think it is. I think it's simply a lump on my lung. And, you know, that is something I can live with. That's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And as I said, I will try to be back soon. I know I keep saying it, but it's just so difficult at the moment. But I will try. Bye for now.